Hey, what's up? I'm back. Welcome to the Model Citizen Show. I'm Logan Moore. This is episode number 21 of the flagship podcast of ModelCitizensMedia.com. With me this week are all the same chuckleheads as always. Max, Mario, and Michael are here. Hey, what's up?
Guys, where are our drinks? This is 21. We said we were going to get crunk.
I'm drinking tea.
That's not crunk.
Did you say that? Oh yeah, you did say that because I actually listened to that episode. So I listened to all of the episodes while I was gone, and I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say, but I did listen to Millennial Gaming Speak. I did listen.
I was going to say we're all fired.
No, you're not all fired. You're not even taking paychecks from this. I am at least, but that's it. I did listen to all of the podcasts when I was gone.
You're not for this. You've actually told us not to put monetization on some of our content.
Yeah, because it'll stack up to like what, 25 per.
Dude, if we had done that from the beginning, guess how much money we would have made? Probably like half a
cent to get paid from YouTube.
And you've been on YouTube for 10 years.
I've been on YouTube a long time. 10 years, a decade.
Are we gonna have to put a Robert Kirkman on Logan to get our money back? Because
Robert Kirkman on me. What is that?
He's suing
AMC.
What? He is?
Yeah.
Yep.
For what?
They might be fudging the numbers when it comes to the merchandising and stuff like that. For
the
interesting.
Dead?
Yeah, it's interesting too because The Walking Dead is the only AMC franchise that they own 100% outright.
AMC does?
AMC does. That's why season 2 is so bad. It's AMC owns 100% of the rights and creative control of like.
Is that that's why what's his name left after
Frank
the first
Darabont.
Season 1?
Frank Darabont, yes. I was gonna say Greg Nicotero, but he's been the showrunner since.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was the other guy right after Frank. I'm sorry, Darabont, and he's gone too.
Yeah, it's all AMC is all messy with the show and has been for a very long time. It would not surprise me if they're fudging the numbers.
Who's got the TV on in the background?
That might be me, and I can turn it down.
Who's getting smacked? You watching wrestling again?
No, that's on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Mario, you're not supposed to burn it up.
Oh, but today's Wednesday though, isn't it?
Today.
Also, I think
Dude, it's on Wednesday.
What is
NXT, and right now Bobby Roode is fighting what's his name? The guy that came back, McIntyre.
Mario.
Drew McIntyre's back?
Yeah,
Mario.
yeah, he's back.
Oh,
well, no, sorry. Bobby Roode's fighting Drew McIntyre on Saturday, for the belt, and then
I need a drink.
I'm gonna say, if
Max,
Bobby Roode,
Max, I do it for the memes.
I want McIntyre to win, so then Bobby Roode could be moved up.
Also, I think his
Bobby
internal
Roode's
microphone
amazing.
is on and not his actual microphone.
that would be good. Yeah, is your internal mic on?
Who's mine?
Yeah, I don't know if your mic's on.
You sound
It's
less
still
sexy, but you still sound pretty sexy.
I'm good.
You got that yellow swag.
You're good.
Oh, wait.
You do sound kind of.
I don't know.
You hit the gear in the hangout.
Yeah, I know it.
Did you hit the switch on the back of your mic? This is now the Mike Citizen Show.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Logan, while he's figuring that out, why don't you tell the
leave and
people
come
what
back
the
if you
Model
need to.
Citizen Show is?
I did. It's the flagship podcast of ModelCitizensMedia.com. You can find us on Model Pods on the Twitters, and you can go to ModelCitizensMedia.com and find all our other good shows and stuff like that. So yeah, I listened to Millennial Gaming Speak.
Yeah,
solid episode. I was interested to hear about Batman. Go ahead.
Real quick. He told me that like 2 hours beforehand, so I wasn't very prepared. Plus, no news happened. Just want to make that as a caveat.
No, there wasn't a whole lot of news. The No Man's Sky thing was the big piece of news. Really, that was about it. That was what I gathered once I got back. Talk again. I think he sounds sexy now.
Yeah, I sound sexy's back.
Yeah,
there
sexy's
you go.
back. There he is.
You're Justin Timberlake now?
I didn't bring it back. It was always here. So
what else? Yeah, the No Man's Sky. Yeah, that was like
the biggest thing, and even
yeah. And so the episode was titled Uncharted, and then I checked my phone when I was listening to it, and there was like 12 minutes left in the episode, and I don't think you guys had talked about it yet. And I was like,
we talked about Uncharted for 20-ish minutes.
Yeah,
it was. I could have put Sonic again, but we did Sonic as the thumbnail art and name last week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do No Man's Sky. I could care less about Artifact, and the other news was Sonic.
Could not
I
care
played.
less.
I played No Man's Sky. I played that new update.
How was it?
It's a whole lot of okay. It's better.
That's not what I expected.
The game got better. I mean, so I was one who liked the game. I do like No Man's Sky.
You did like
thought
it. I
was-
remember last year.
I do like it. I think it's fun. It's relaxing. But yeah, I mean, it looks better as far as I could remember, like graphically and everything. So,
There was a graphical update.
and the monsters don't look as dumb. It's not like there's
penis on, it was like
No.
penis spawning on their foreheads and
specifically
stuff like that.
it's not like something that looks like a four-legged creature, but is walking on two legs and has like horse hooves for arms and stuff. It's not like dumb
Have you
like
seen, like,
monstrosities, but
The Where the Wild Things creatures, those things look cool.
well, yeah,
And they spawn in that game.
Yeah.
I think I've seen some of them. Yeah.
like where the wild things are creatures.
Yeah, they kind of look like the World of Wild Things creatures. They're like walk on 2 feet.
Do
little
those things
big.
have names?
They do.
The wild things?
I'm pretty sure they do, don't they?
I can't remember. My mom read me that book every single night before I went to bed as a
I think
child.
one of them was called Nev Campbell.
too.
The other one was
Mine
Denise
was only
Richards,
because the character's name is Max.
Kevin Bacon,
Stupid character's name was
Matt
Max.
Dillon.
Okay,
your parents
so there's
read you guys any books?
Carol, Douglas, Judith, KW. I think those are the names of the creatures.
Doesn't sound right.
I might be
Sounds
wrong.
like author names.
You're
Did
an
your
awful
guys'- Did your
artist
guys'
names?
parents read you any books before bedtime? What do you remember?
Good
I
night, Moon.
remember.
Good Night Moon. That's a classic.
The
I
little
remember-
train that could.
The
Giving
little
Tree?
engine that could.
Engine could. Yeah, that one.
The Giving Tree
Giving
by Shel
Tree?
Silverstein.
Yeah.
The
Um,
Polar Express.
all the things you could think. Is that one? I think that was one.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
Dr.
By
Seuss?
It's a Dr. Seuss thing, if anything.
That's
Oh,
a
dude,
Dr. Seuss
no.
drawing, yo.
Best Dr. Seuss. Left foot, right foot. All right.
That's called the Foot Book, isn't it?
I like the
Yes.
Sneetches one. Sneetches on the beaches.
You
Was
would
it-
like that one.
Why was he a doctor again?
He wasn't. That was a pseudonym.
For what was his name?
I don't know. It's a Google. Dr.
I mean-
Seuss's real name.
I mean, if you don't know, you could have made it up. I would
I
have.
could have, but I'm not funny enough for that.
Theodore Seuss
Giesel.
Giesel.
Theodore Giesel. He's a author, political cartoonist, poet, animator, book publisher, and artist.
Nice.
Not a doctor at all. That was that guy. I read a lot of the Shel Silverstein poems. Like I had a lot of his big poetry hardback
Where the
books.
sidewalk ends, the light in the attic,
Attic.
and
I had a
what's the other one?
Yogi the Bear book that I was in the book. Like it's one of
You were in.
It was-
Oh,
it was one of those, and then I was like chilling with Yogi Bear and the dudes.
Hey boo boo.
What? Is
Yeah,
that a
dude,
thing?
Let's
if
go
you
to
went
picnic.
to
My friend had one with Winnie the Pooh.
yeah, it's like if you went to Jellystone Park,
Mhm.
you actually can get one of those and like made with your name in it. I think I still got it. Yeah, I
Was
for sure
it?
still got it.
Was the illustration of you meant to look like you?
I don't
or-
think there's
I don't
any-
think I'm physically in the book, but my name is for
Your
sure in the
name
book.
probably just printed. It's cheaper
Here,
that
Give-
way.
Give me a hot second. I probably could pull it up real quick, and I'll
Actually, while
The
he
idea-
does that,
The
I
idea. Sorry, go.
no, I had a story about a childhood book that involved me cracking the back of my head open.
Oh, that sounds fun. Go
It is
for it.
I used to have this old dresser / bookcase. So the dresser was the base and the bookcase was at the top. And there was a book on the very top of the dresser. And it was like The Man in the Moon. And I wanted to
did
get-
this once.
Yeah. And I wanted the book. So I took all my other books that I could reach off to like climb up and get to it, but I still wasn't tall enough. And then there was a little shelf in the middle of said bookcase / dresser. So I thought I'll stand on this and grab the book. And obviously I stood on it, and then it became top heavy because it wasn't actually attached. I became top heavy. So it fell over on top of me. And my bed was next to it. So it created kind of a triangle. It didn't totally smush me, but it cracked the back of my head open. And this was like within a week of moving in to a new home in Ohio. So my mom didn't even know where the hospital was. So she's like holding a towel to the back of my head and running outside to ask the neighbors where the ER is. But I got stitches. It was cool. That's how I cracked the back of my head open.
You missed a lot while you were gone, Mario. You got your book now, Mario?
I do got my book, and it looks like the source of my obesity.
Oh my gosh.
So
This is the origin.
So
Is
in
there-
the book, it says that I had a picnic with Yogi Bear, his girlfriend, and Boo Boo.
Yogi Bear has a girlfriend?
He has a girlfriend, Cindy, right?
I'm not into Yogi Bear lore.
So I have a book. It's like this like pink book, and it says "My Adventures with Yogi Bear." I'm gonna show it to the guys. It says "My Adventures with Yogi Bear," and then it literally has my name and then how old I was when I got the book.
When
I was
you
2
got
years
it.
How old
old.
were you? 2 years old?
2 years old.
And you had this within reach within
Yeah, I
30
kept
seconds?
it. I kept it. So it's about 25 years old.
Yeah.
Question. It says your adventures, like it's plural. Is there more than one adventure in there, or is it just
There's quite a few. There's quite a few. Not only do we have a picnic, but for some reason we escape on a skateboard away from the park ranger.
But is this from all one adventure, or is this multiple
Multiple day
multiple
adventures, I
adventures.
guess? Yeah.
like within a day? Because if it's within a day, I'd say it's only one adventure.
I don't know. It's I think it's
Hard-
all one day.
Well, then it's just one adventure. The book's a lie.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, so I have a book with my name and there's read to me because my parents were cheap bastards.
Actually, that probably had to cost more than a regular book because it had to have your name put into it.
I should look up the author that's written by Julie
It was
Stedman.
probably like those like keychain stands at like souvenir gift shops, except it was just
But come on, how
Yogi
common is
Bear books did
Mario?
this one where you
Well,
could just
how
like,
common
turn
is
it big.
Mario
Well,
at
here's the thing,
Jellystone
though.
Park?
Here's the thing, though. So when you go to the picnic scene, it actually says that. Let's see here. I wish for my Uncle Joey, Nikki, and Chato. So they have their names in it too. So this
All
is
right, come on, that's not cheap.
It's
probably
just
not
it's all
Expensive
happens
either.
that their names are in it. Yeah, it's probably not too expensive.
It's not like the book was written for Mario.
No, yeah, it's like it just was printed for
Wait,
that. but
what
I
are
mean,
you guys saying? This was written for me, clearly.
yeah, they called up Phil Yogi Bear and they're like, "Hey, write an original book for this kid, Mario Rivera." I
Good old
assume
Phil Bear.
Yeah, I assume that's the creator of Yogi Bear. No, it's
Jesus.
Hanna Barbera. They
Yeah.
called up Hanna Barbera's
no,
estate.
Well, it's Hannah and Barbera. So there's
Oh,
two
different people.
So they
Yeah.
call it. So it is.
You know, those cartoons were made because cartoons were super expensive and they thought the market was going to crash. That's why the animation is so cheap and they do a lot of repetitive actions. And
They
there's
do
very
do
bland background.
I didn't ask that, but that's
You must
Fun
think-
facts with Max.
You must think you're real smart, Max. All right, continue, Mario.
No,
Let's hear this.
do you want me to read the story? We can read this as an episode.
Hard pass.
How long is it? Yeah.
I like-
We're still in the middle. We're still in the middle of a great.
Oh yeah,
Epic.
we got to finish that
Modern
first. It's 17
Yeah.
pages.
we read something last time. You said, all right, I'm gonna take a wild guess here. You're gonna hang out with Yogi Bear. You're gonna eat some food because that's
Yes.
why you brought up the obesity thing.
Yes.
You're
You
gonna
get away
piss
on a
off a park
skateboard
ranger.
at some point. Yeah, you piss off that park ranger, but you get away on a skateboard. And
Yes.
then at the end, you probably just hang out with Yogi Bear a little bit.
Well,
eat
there's
more food.
there's apparently a scene where we all start dancing together.
Oh, okay.
So this is getting a real terrific. And then apparently we're on a boat.
Oh yeah,
It's
there's a lot of boats near Jellystone Park.
Does
Yeah.
does Underdog show up?
No, but I see alley cats.
Underdog.
And,
What about
what's
the-
that?
wasn't
what's that-
Hanna-Barbera, was it?
What's that?
Flintstones?
Here, that alley cat right there. Hold on, he's
Yeah.
up here.
Top Cat.
That's
Top
Top
Cat.
Cat. And
And
then, is
then-
that the two stupid dogs dog?
Oh, there's Huckleberry Hound. I saw
Mario,
him.
talk so it goes to your screen.
There's
Hello. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know-
there's Quick Draw McGraw.
Chico
There's
McGraw.
I forget the Panther dude's
The
name.
Pink Panther.
That's
No,
that's
it's not.
the-
No, that's not the Pink Panther.
is that Snagglepuss? The
Yeah, it's
I
Snagglepuss.
think so,
That's
yeah.
Snagglepuss. Yeah,
Snagglepuss.
and
And
that horse.
that's Quick
yeah,
Draw
Quick Draw McGraw.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then who's on the back there? The dog. What's his name?
Oh, that's a blue dog. Let's see here.
That's Huckleberry Hound.
Huckleberry Hound. Thank you.
All right.
Michael.
Got 'em-
No,
got 'em
those
all.
cartoons.
Dude, I watched a lot of Cartoon Network as a kid.
Do you know? Do you guys know? Do you remember that channel Boomerang?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
an app now.
Boomerang now plays cartoons from when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. That only makes sense.
That was happening like 5 or 10 years ago. Like Boomerang
Like, I
started airing.
just found this out because I've never had cable. And it was on at Abby's house the other day, and it made me feel.
Well, that's like when Nick and Knight started playing like the George Lopez show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've the chain of events of time.
It's more of a shift with what they were programming more so than like, hey, this is old. Because I remember they were showing replays of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited on Boomerang for a while there, and that show had only been off the air for. Like,
do you
less than
have
5
like
years.
Max? Do you have like old television channels that show like reruns of older stuff? Like we have what is called the U or Me TV, where that's all it is all old stuff.
Is it
like,
still the U?
It's there's the U is the original like the Chicago one, and then Me TV is strictly like what is it, Madlock and like
yeah.
You know,
are you talking like rabbit ears, like putting antennas up and just getting local channels?
Not
like
necessarily.
local channels do play old classic shows like I Love Lucy and the Dick Van Dyke Show and stuff.
The Andy Griffith Show.
Great stuff. No, I don't have any cable or anything anywhere. All I have is Netflix. That's all I. And then anything I buy.
You could watch Cheers then, which is like the best.
Never seen Cheers
of all time. Well, you should start.
Or just download Crackle and play all the Seinfeld episodes.
Download Hulu.
Hulu
And
costs
costs
monies.
It is. That's not too bad. It's only like 5 or 10 a month, I think. Something like that.
It's like 10 or 12, which is what I pay for Netflix, but I'd rather kind of just pick one right now, and I like Netflix's content more.
Yo, speaking of old shows, even though this show is still on the air, but it's been around forever.
It's been around for 21 weeks technically.
Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Yo, Brooklyn, where I stayed in New York last week,
No Muppets.
is exactly like Sesame Street.
That's
like it was
where it's based, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was like weird. It was just the style of the homes or the apartments or whatever those
Poor people.
Those not poor people. It was just where we stayed was it was fine.
So
Yeah.
we
were like a mile and a half from the Barclays Center, which is where SummerSlam is happening this week.
dude.
Dude, we were right there. Had we stayed this coming week, like
Yeah,
it's right there. We could have walked to the Barclays Center and gone to SummerSlam.
you could have watched Xavier Woods play Tekken today. I guess he's doing some sort of tournament today in New York.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
That would have been fun. Yes,
Yeah.
that would have been a lot of fun.
yeah.
So you went to New York. Why?
Well, he thought SummerSlam was happening that week, but he found out it was happening the next week. So.
Yeah, I got it all screwed up. I
Yeah,
thought
he
it
got
was-
his weeks messed up.
I think I mentioned this on the last episode. My friend and his wife wanted to take my
cuckolding?
friend's brother on a
Oh.
trip because they didn't get him anything for Christmas, anything for his birthday, and he graduated from high school, so they wanted to get him something for that too. So they're like, "Hey, we'll just take you to New York." And the trip was expensive, and they're like, "Oh, how can we make this trip less expensive? Ask your idiot friend if he wants to come along." And of course, I said yes.
Yeah.
So I went, and we basically went out there for a Yankees Red Sox game, which was really cool. But we ended up doing a ton of sightseeing and stuff while we were there as well. So
That's
cool.
cool.
We got all around the city within. I mean, we hit a lot for only being there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Like we saw a whole.
You
bunch
hit
of
up
stuff.
Times Square and you got on TRL. TRL still a thing.
Yeah, TRL is still there. Carson Daly was there.
Damn, fantastic.
Britney Spears has got a new single out. It's
Oh shit!
sounding pretty good.
Where does New York rank in all the cities that you've been to?
So, I was actually thinking about that on the way home. I think, honestly, and I'm curious what your take is on this too, Michael, because you went there with me last year. I think, and this is going to sound weird, just because of. I think my favorite city
Ooh.
is Chicago.
Oh really?
Okay.
And I know that sounds lame because you guys live there. I really do
No.
think that's like my favorite city, though.
I
It's-
agree.
It's big and it's sprawling enough to where it's a
Manageable?
big city to live in. Yeah, but like seeing it compared to New York, it was like, oh man, like this New York dwarfs Chicago, and Chicago is huge. So I don't know. Chicago is a little bit more manageable. And
New York,
I don't
I've
know.
heard is ginormous.
Yeah, it
but-
was absurd. Yeah, we went on the
but-
top of the Empire State Building and just
I mean,
looked around, and it was
Chicago.
Like, whoa.
I always thought Chicago was like not small, but I like you said, like manageable. And then when I went to, was it like San Francisco is like super small, and like I mean LA is huge though. So like when we went to LA, I hated it. I hated LA. I thought
I was gonna say okay, so I was gonna bring that up. If I would rank them, I think Chicago's my favorite. I think New York is actually my second favorite out of all the places I've been now. I really, really liked it. Like just the fact that you could hop on a subway and get to some part of town, like complete opposite end of the city within 15, 20 minutes was insane. Like we were on top of the Empire State Building, and then later in the day we got on a train and we were at Coney Island, and I was looking back to the city, and like the Empire State Building is like way off in the distance, and I was like, I was on top of that building.
That is not
How is the Spider-Man cleanup? They still cleaning up over there?
Yeah, they're still cleaning up over there. They're trying to get all Tony Stark's stuff back in order. So that
all the prototypes.
Yeah, that's
actually
crazy.
my thing about the subways in New York is I always fell asleep on them. Like I would always get tired on the subway.
Well,
You'd be the first person I rob.
Yeah,
that would not happen.
That was the
on
major problem.
That would not happen on the subway back from Yankee Stadium, where there was literally as many people as could possibly be crammed into each of those cars as humanly possible. Like you were getting real familiar with everybody around you on that trip. That was fun.
That's always nice.
But yeah, I think New York's my second favorite, and then probably San Francisco. I really did like San Francisco and how it's laid out and just sitting there.
So did I.
San Francisco reminded me much like Chicago, like the weather at least, where I just felt it's very similar. You know, subway systems, train systems.
Windy City.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been to many cities, so like I still think Chicago is the best city that I've been to.
I've only been to. I mean,
still got the best pizza.
York.
I haven't really traveled through Milwaukee, but
talk about pizza in a minute.
Now that I can drink beer, I should travel to Milwaukee once more and see how that is. But yeah, I'd probably say San Francisco is like my second favorite. Yeah, probably. I'd say that San Francisco is my second favorite. I just like the restaurants, and like more than anything, I like the coffee shops there a lot. So that's pretty sick.
That's the thing. I really like that city, and the thing I really like about San Francisco too is it seems like the adaptability to live there wouldn't be as great. Like if I was to move to New York, there would be like a huge learning curve, and like that would be such a far cry from where I live and what I'm kind of used to right now. I feel like I could move to San Francisco and it wouldn't be necessarily comparable to where I'm living now, but it would be like, I feel like I would acclimate really fast to that area.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. There's a ton of problems with the city.
And everybody,
the homeless, like that. Out of all the cities I've been to, San Francisco still has the worst.
So that was still the worst for you?
Homeless.
That's still been the worst?
Yeah, dude. It was 10 times worse than New York for me, which I was like totally surprised by.
Yeah. Between LA and San Francisco, I felt like San Francisco was more manageable to me. I mean, I know that like Brian Altano said, like it's real bad, but like when I was in LA, like I literally saw blocks upon blocks of a city of just homeless.
Dude, that's how I felt. That's how I felt in
San
Francisco. In San Francisco, if you go there early enough, if you're at like 6 o'clock, you're up.
You gotta go to like the Tenderloin too.
Yeah, go grab some coffee.
Oh, I was staying in the Tenderloin. I just didn't wake up that early, I guess.
You just wake up 6, 7 o'clock, dude. The streets are full, dude.
Yeah,
just everybody outside is a homeless person. It's nuts.
And
then once it's 8 o'clock, then they all disappear. They're gone.
Interesting.
The thing about San
like
Francisco
ghosts
too was that the homeless people I ran into there were insane. Like like the New York homeless people that I was running into, it was like pretty much just like, hey, you got any spare change and just stuff. I mean, if you see a homeless person, normal stuff, cardboard sign and asking for change, stuff like that. We ran into, I don't know if I've said this story on the podcast or even told you guys, me and my friend, when we were there, we were walking down the sidewalk. And
wait, I'm sorry. You were where? Which city are you talking about?
San Francisco. I was in San Francisco with my friend, and we were walking down the sidewalk, and we looked up, and out of nowhere, this like crazy dude in a pilot's uniform.
Awesome. Is he a time traveler?
Like tattered up pilot's uniform, grabs my friend on the arm and just goes like, and my friend's like,
What? It sounds like John C. Riley and
his arm off,
My-
shoves his arm off him, and we walked by like really fast. And then we looked back at this guy, and he's like still walking around, and these girls walk by,
Oh,
and
no.
he like gets down on like all fours, and he like basically starts walking like Smeagol, Golem, whatever. He's like up behind this chick's butt, like trying to sniff her butt. And we're like, what the heck is this guy doing?
Oh,
after
so you can tame him. You can make him your Pokemon.
After they shoo him away, he goes in front of a gelato store
Oh no!
where they have a giant plastic ice cream cone
Please tell me
set
take
up
the
on the
shit right next to
sidewalk.
Gelato.
No, kind of worse, maybe. I don't know. Not human feces, but it's kind of weird. There's a giant plastic ice cream cone outside this gelato store. He goes up to that. He puts his arms around it. And
Just
he starts
starts humping it.
kissing it.
Yes.
as soon as you said like giant popsicle, I was like, I know where this is going.
So now there's a crazy homeless guy in pilot's uniform humping a giant ice cream cone outside of a gelato
Dude.
store.
The funniest thing that happened was for us in San Francisco with a homeless person. There's two occasions. I'll just do the one though. Is that Amber and I it was like the first day. I think it was the first day we got there, and we were going to the water bar. We were going out to a fancy dinner.
Yeah.
And we're all kind of dressed up and everything. And we're driving and we look outside, or Amber looks outside. Amber's a pretty innocent girl, you know. She has. I don't want to say anything, but she hasn't seen much or anything, and and she looks outside and there's this dude, just pants dropped to the ground, just taking a piss on the side of the road, like, into the street. And Amber's like, "Oh my god!" And I look and I see the dude. I'm like, "God damn it! It's already happening." Like, we just got here. Why can't
When I went to New York, I did see one guy pee on the sidewalk.
Okay.
I did see that. So that
Okay,
happened.
good.
But it was like a back alley sidewalk. It looked like he was at least trying to be polite about where he was pissing.
Good. That's good.
He was pissing on the sidewalk, not in front of the water bar
dude.
while people are eating.
He was just
That's
he
great.
was just
That's
he was on the sidewalk pissing into the street. It was freaking hilarious.
The first interaction I had with a homeless in like LA was the moment I arrived waiting for my Airbnb. Dude, completely butt ass naked, holding like a tarp for a blanket. That was it. And his shoes were melted off. They're like dragging behind him. So
Dang.
no, your guys is way worse. I think he's okay. At least he didn't piss his shit somewhere.
Yeah.
The humping of the
I've-
ice cream cone was pretty funny, though.
That's pretty great. Not gonna lie.
That's pretty great.
No one can top that. I've
Another-
never really interacted with like a homeless person in the city or seen anything crazy like that. The closest I've gotten is I was picking up a bounce house one time for work,
What?
and I went to the shut the water off. It was at this church, which used to be like a strip mall, like a shopping center, and then
Okay.
they've turned it into a church. So the hose faucet was off on the side, and there was just a giant pile of human poop just right next to it, and like.
Well,
Of course, that was also the corner. That was also the time where the handle came flying off and water shooting out of the hose where the hose hookup is.
Into diarrhea.
Well, no, I had to stand there and get that water while the terrible smell of human feces.
And
Phil,
so
you're
then
there.
human feces walked up to you. It was just like, "Hey, can I have
Yep.
a light?"
Yeah, it was just like in South Park, Mr. What's his name?
Hanky.
Hanky. Yeah,
Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo.
Yeah, Mr. Hanky.
So yeah, Chicago's my favorite. Then New York. And then it's probably San Francisco. And then a dark horse is gonna enter the fray here. And I
Okay.
forgot about it
Indianapolis.
until my brother mentioned it. Not Indianapolis.
Orlando.
is a fine city. I've never been to Orlando. Later this year, probably.
Orlando's
For sure.
garbage, dude.
Oh, it is. I was
Orlando's
just
probably
curious. I
garbage.
was just curious.
Is that where your wedding is, by the way, real quick, Orlando?
Not
It's about 30 minutes outside Orlando.
All right.
Fort Lauderdale,
You guys, let's go to
God,
Disney World.
no.
St. Petersburg.
Hollywood, Florida.
Denver is very nice. It's like
Been to Denver?
Denver's super nice. It's just a very, as you can imagine, mountainous region, which is really cool to see. The Mile High City.
So much Rocky.
It's just really cool to like be walking around all over the place in that city and see
My brother used to live out there.
Colorado Rocky mountain ranges everywhere. It's insane, and it's like no matter where you are at in that city, you look off in the distance somewhere, and you're like, oh, this is like one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen in my life, and it's just I'm just walking down the street. Like, It is a beautiful, beautiful city. I really liked Denver, at least in terms of like how it looks and stuff like that. I really didn't spend too much time in the city so I don't know too much about what they got there for entertainment or whatever kind of stuff like that. Yeah, weed.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was gonna go there, but Max went there.
Mile High
Beat you to the punch.
High fast.
I told you, my brother used to live out there, so not in Denver specifically. He used to live in Colorado, near Vail, actually. But
Colorado is gorgeous. I really like it out there.
There's a reason he went out there, and not just the marijuana. It's a beautiful place.
And then,
it,
and then probably Indianapolis, and then probably LA is dead last. I hated LA. I do not like LA.
Dude,
like I
despised LA. I thought it was horrible.
It's so spread out. Like everything is just.
It's so spread out. Everything looks the same. It's boring. Like there's so many things. It's very overrated.
I thought it was gonna be like super glamorous when I first went out there. I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm finally going to Los Angeles. Like you've seen it in the movies, you've seen it on TV. Everybody famous lives out there. Wow,
dude,
this is gonna be so cool. Like, get off the plane. It's like this sucks. That's like terrible.
Like Hollywood, I think is the perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Have you been by the Man's Chinese Theater?
Yeah,
and then
Michael went there.
Dudes hanging out with their snakes and fucking dressed up as like.
Hey man, you like music? Yeah, I do. Well, check out my mixtape. No,
no.
Well, like,
Art pass.
I get that everywhere, but yeah, definitely there.
Yeah, there was when we went to Hollywood, they had this giant freaking Final Fantasy 15 statue there. Promoting the game, and there's like this like group of a group of people or like one person or something like that, like these like chanting something about the devil and how they're like they're gonna take.
Oh yeah, it's like that in all those big areas of the city though. Like there were people like that in Times Square as well. Yeah, like is in addition to the people dressed up in costumes, like the freaking Minnie Mouse with STDs or whatever, and the Iron Man who is walking towards you and looks like he's got syphilis. Like those people are in all of those big touristy areas.
That was a fun moment though.
Yeah, Hollywood Boulevard kind of sucks. Now, the Shake Shack that's down the street, which is really good.
Which is like, a commercial food place.
Yeah, which you can get anyway.
There was. I remember when I was in New York. I think it's a Shake Shack. It's one of those burger chains, and I think it's Shake Shack. Is there near Times Square? And the line was like out the door and around the corner. I was like, guys, this is ridiculous.
When I walked past
it, it's ridiculous.
It's
Shake Shack is great.
It's on Broadway, I think. At least the one I passed. It was like a 40-minute wait.
We've got a Shake Shack down here, not too far away, and I went there the first time. I feel like Shake Shack compared to the other gourmet burger chains like BurgerFi or Five Guys or In-N-Out is like the most plain as far like the burger is dude.
In-N-Out is.
I have not been to In-N-Out, so I can't speak to that. But like, In-N-Out Shake Shack was just like it was a burger, cheese, lettuce, mustard, ketchup, the whole 9 yards. And I don't
What do you get on your burgers at Five Guys?
I don't like anything that Shake Shack. On Five Guys, I get the burger, cheese, bacon, grilled mushrooms, onions, grilled onions, and then green peppers. That's what I get.
Green peppers on a burger?
Lost me. It's an interesting choice, but they lost me.
Yeah, I don't know if I dig that. I love
green peppers.
Like green peppers, the green peppers can be like I could see those being hit or miss. I love green peppers.
I do too.
So that's why. But I think like you could take those off. I still think that would be a fine burger with the grilled mushrooms and onions.
Normal fries or Cajun fries?
Cajun fries.
Good job.
I'm not a heathen.
Never gotten Cajun fries.
I'm an educated man.
Why the only one on the planet that thinks Five Guys is just bullshit?
Probably
just straight bullshit.
Yeah. You are.
Maybe I'll go there tomorrow. I've been eating good food all week.
Their hot dogs are balls. I'll tell you that much. They suck.
Why would you go to Five Guys for hot dogs?
I don't like hot dogs, but I know I wouldn't go to Five Guys for hot
dogs.
Hot dogs.
Speaking of hot dogs, Coney Island went to Nathan's. Pretty good.
Yeah.
How was his hot dog?
I got 2 of them. They were pretty good. Honestly, I'll say this about hot dogs. Hot dogs are about the same everywhere. I cannot think of a time where I've had a hot dog that I was like, "Whoa, wow, that hot dog changed my life and changed the way I view hot dogs." Most of them are.
I don't lie. I can't
dang
stand hot
similar.
dogs.
I've been actually eating Chicago style hot dogs right by my house, the Vienna Beef Factory. Like right next to the factory is a chain store.
Yeah.
And they're fucking awesome. The way that the hot
Okay.
dog.
Portillo's was the last time I guess I was really like, "Whoa, that was an amazing hot dog."
Okay,
I
That would
like
be the
it's
last
similar. It's similar to that one.
hot dogs
Okay.
are gross. I can't stand them. Like that video you made, Mario. Like I was like, these hot dogs are gross.
To be fair, those were not real hot dogs.
Yeah,
last
like
time-
they're microwave. The
little sprinkle of hair.
Oscar Mayer wiener. Yeah, like hot dogs. I find them quite gross. I do like brats. But I
Those
do
are
hot
totally
dogs.
That's a
different.
sausage.
I know.
Yeah.
You,
I know.
if you come to Chicago, I
They're
will
served the
get you a
same.
Chicago dog.
I see.
For
I can't
sure.
do the Chicago dog though. I just cannot.
What is
do
really?
a what is
I
a
hate-
Chicago dog?
Literally,
It's just
I
what's on it.
literally hate everything on the Chicago dog.
Really?
What is,
Okay.
is it onion, relish, pickle, tomato? Is that correct?
Or sport peppers.
Yeah.
I
literally
I
hate
don't-
all of
Neon.
those things.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't
neon
like
relish.
relish. What else was on there?
A giant
Onion?
pickle.
A giant pickle,
A full pickle?
Yeah.
like a quarter, like a half
No,
cut
it's a
pickle.
quarter. It's like
Yeah.
a cut pickle. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, yeah, not a
I
whole
like
dope pickle.
pickles. I
sitting
like
in the
pickles
bun.
on a hot dog. That sounds interesting. I would try it without the relish, maybe.
And then raw onions, and then celery
Okay.
salt.
Celery salt's the bee's knees. But
I mean, I would try it without the relish.
I don't like
um,
Chicago style hot dogs, honestly. I just like hot dogs with mustard.
Yo,
guys are both
ketchup,
heathens.
mustard. Let's go all day.
I mean, mustard for sure.
So
if
I get made
had
fun of it for the ketchup, but no, fuck that. Ketchup goes on a hot dog.
ketchup definitely goes on a hot dog. Yeah, chili cheese dogs, probably the best.
Also amazing.
honestly.
What I
That's
don't
what I
like
get when
about-
I go to Portillo's. I usually get 2 chili cheese dogs and some fries. And
I just don't like
amazing.
I just don't like beans, and everywhere puts beans and chili. And
Thank you, Michael.
And I disagree.
Beans are gross and do not belong in chili.
if you do
Y'all
chili
disappoint me.
cook off, chili
No.
cook off, you're not supposed to put beans and chili.
Yes, you get it.
That's an
Michael,
official
you
rule.
Get it now. Beans are so gross.
For like
Literally
beans are not
only
good.
time,
think of
the
a
only
bowl
time
of chili I've had that has not had beans in it at
Oh
any
my
point
gosh,
in my
my-
entire life.
Oh, beans are so gross.
beans are filler.
Motherfucker.
They just taste
They
like
do-
meh, like cardboard. Their texture, their
It tastes like
flavor.
cardboard.
do you ever
Oh.
when you eat a burrito, do you get rice and beans? You don't?
No, rice.
No,
Oh.
rice, dude. I'm Asian. It's white rice. That's all you get.
White rice. Heck yeah. Michael and I, we're on the same page.
How can you not like? What's your? They don't taste like cardboard. All right.
I just don't.
They
I
taste
just don't
like
like the
mush.
texture. I'm not a big fan of the texture.
Oh my god,
Oh,
you and
texture's
fucking
awful.
Greg Miller can't eat good shit. That
What do you
shit
mean?
he doesn't like beans either.
Beans are
Beans are
gross.
gross.
Now,
It's
do
like
I like?
chili.
I
Now,
don't
do
like
I like
baked beans.
green
Baked beans
beans?
suck. I
I
like
love
how
Baked
all
beans are
sucks.
bullshit.
So
Green
like,
beans are great.
podcast.
Green beans are
Wait.
bullshit too.
Abby's mom, for like any big meal, Easter, Thanksgiving, or whatever, she always does like baked beans, and she has whatever pot you cook it in or whatever, and she's all excited about. She talks her baked beans up all the time, and she makes a lot of food I don't like. I'm a pretty picky eater, so like their plates will be filled with everything, a big old pile of beans, and my plate will be like a piece of ham.
All you need
And some mac and
All you
cheese.
need in chili is just some meat and
Yes.
some chili.
Yep.
You don't need the beans. The beans are
Yep.
filler, dude. It's like
Hold on. Some meat and some chili. What is the chili? Is
chili.
bean.
No, the
The
chili.
chili is
The chili is the red part. Whatever the sauce.
the red. Like
That's
What,
just
Yeah,
where do we fall down? What separates that then from being manwich for fucking like?
Manwich is a poor man's sloppy Joe.
Manwich is sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe is a totally different thing.
So is it
Sloppy
just more
Joe is
wet and you make
Chili,
that chili?
chili's more of a soup.
It's yeah,
Is chili a soup?
yeah, a soup. I would say soup over a stew.
So you got. So let me get this straight. The chilies that both of you like
yes,
are just meat, ground beef,
Yeah.
with tomato sauce and all the seasonings in it,
yep.
The peppers.
and that is it.
My mom will
Yeah.
put peppers in it.
Literally everything that you would normally have in chili, except for the filler
Beans.
that is known as beans.
It's like when I go to someone's house and they're having chili for dinner, I don't eat.
Chili
do it.
chili's a very underrated food.
I
will say
agree.
It's
that.
great. Chili is
agree.
great
Now,
on a cold winter day.
here's the thing, though. Like, let's
It's the only
say,
time I'll eat chili.
let's
I had a
say,
bowl of chili last week. It was really good.
Oh,
Chili's
Let's say-
like all the time.
let's say I go to a burger place and they have a burger that has chili on it, and obviously the chili is going to have beans in it. Am I going to eat that burger? And if I'm like feeling it, yeah, of course, I'm going to eat it with the beans and call it a day.
Okay, see, that's where you and I are different. I will not.
But I will not
won't do
eat.
it.
I will not do a chili dog. I just because you get too much of the bean,
Mm-hmm. It takes over.
it takes over the hot dog. I don't like
Mhm.
that. But on a hamburger, it does not because there's more meat at that point.
Right.
You know?
I can see what you're saying. I can't do it. I'm the same with ketchup. Ketchup is nauseating to me. Like I can't even stand the smell of ketchup.
I don't.
That's
Now I don't agree with
What?
you.
No,
That's
I'm
just
not
the
saying,
white-
Michael. I'm not saying that you would agree with me.
that is
I-
just
I-
the
now,
white
dude,
nationalist
I get-
coming out of you, Max.
Oh my god!
No. Oh my gosh.
By the way,
Ketchup-
Max, I forgot to tell you, I saw you on TV last weekend.
Jesus Christ!
Jeez. I
How
like,
was your trip? How was your trip to Charlottesville, Max?
I did not go to Charlottesville. I honestly don't even know where Charlottesville
But
is.
you did return a tiki torch this morning, didn't you?
No.
Dang it! I can't use this anymore.
God.
Now they.
No.
I want to say, I'll say this about food. There are certain foods that I can like totally understand. Like I'm picky to an extent, but it's usually like toppings and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, like beans.
like no mayo on my sandwiches, no sour cream on my tacos, no like the condiments and the extra spreads and all that crap like that. Like I hold that stuff. I don't want that stuff. There are some foods though where I like don't understand what there is to be picky about. Beans is kind of one of those. Now it depends on the beans, but like when you're telling me you don't even want them on like a burrito at Chipotle or something like that, that's where I start scratching my head. Like,
Yeah.
I just like, what is that's not a huge part of it. Like baked beans, I can get. Baked beans are pretty gross. I don't like those either. But like,
Here's the
chili,
problem.
they're
Here's the
just-
problem with the chili.
black
thing,
beans
is
in
that
chili?
more often than not, people put too many beans in the chili.
I
Right?
can agree with
I mean,
that.
It's
think
like
about-
it's just all beans, and it's
Think
like
about the chili.
why do this? Right?
Think about the chili.
It's
You
about
got it with the beans.
you're
If you
not-
take the beans out. Is it any different?
you're not eating
It's
chili for
very
the beans.
different.
Dude.
Yes,
You're not.
as a man who eats beans, I will say that it's very different, Max.
No. That
I mean, I'm with Max on this one. This is the one and only time I'm probably ever with Max, but I'm with Max on this one.
That's why I'm so excited. Like Michael and I agree on something. We got each other's back. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, like if there was like maybe like a little bit less beans, like make it so then like every scoop I get, there's like 5 beans in there. You know, not like not like a legitimate like spoonful of beans. You know,
Michael has agreed with the skinny white kid, and I have aligned myself with the large Italian. So I think I'm feeling validated by my opinion. But
I am.
Foxy is agreeing with Mario.
I am also an Italian.
You are Italian.
I am more.
Do you
Italian.
just have like a series of race cards you could just throw off like on the field?
Who, me?
Yes.
Well, yeah, because like in some ways I'm Spanish, so like, so I could throw that one.
I'm like a 16th Native American or something like that. So
I'm in a way I'm probably
I
like
can go to those reservations and gamble or whatever.
I'm probably
I
like-
don't know anything about Native American reservations.
I'm more than likely maybe some sort of Japanese. It's entirely possible. Entirely possible that I'm also some sort of Spanish, because not only did the Spanish rape the Philippines, but also the Japanese. So
Oh, nice.
you know, where it's all in there.
You're just a melting pot.
Yeah, the Philippines, the melting pot of Asia. Right.
The Pacific, yeah.
So
Sounds like
Because
the
they can't-
unwanted melting pot. of
because they
Asia.
can't win their own fights, but for some reason their land is some sort of strategic property. I don't know anything about history or anything, so I'm just gonna stop. But
You just gotta watch,
I don't know.
Yeah,
you just gotta watch that one YouTube video, the history of the world. by-
I just
think
know
his name's Ben
something-
Hertz.
I just know that Magellan went to the Philippines and conquered them and cut somebody's head off, and then pillaged the
and he
village.
didn't like beans for some reason. He just did not like beans.
What was the
Uh,
dude who sailed around the world? Was that
Columbus,
Ah,
Chris Columbus,
No,
no, Columbus didn't
No,
sail around
Marco
the world. He tried
Polo.
to.
the America dude.
Amerigo Vespucci.
Oh, maybe
Is that what America's
No.
named after?
Yeah,
Marco-
it is named after that guy.
Yeah.
Marco Polo went to right? He went to Asia.
Yeah, the Silk
Marco,
Road, baby.
Marco
He brought
Polo
the silk.
tried.
That's right.
Enzio Vittori?
Yeah, it was that guy.
Ferdinand Magellan.
Ferdinand Magellan. That's what I was
Ferdinand
gonna say.
Magellan? Oh, okay.
Yeah, him, that guy.
He went around the world.
Danny Boyle?
Max ruins all conversations through the power of Google on his phone.
Ferdinand Magellan.
Ruin
the
it. You
guy-
asked a question. I looked it up.
Yeah, I was
Ferdinand
trying
Magellan.
to reach back into our elementary school education that I know is in our brains somewhere.
No.
Ferdinand Magellan's the guy who conquered the Philippines, dude.
So he sailed around the world, then he came
He's a-
over there and
he's a
conquered.
Spaniard. He's Spanish.
So that was the first one you said, and I didn't know if that was the guy. But
That's the only thing I know about him.
You should just watch History of the World by Bill Wirtz on YouTube. It's
I
the
don't-
dude who did History of Japan.
yeah.
I don't know if you know this, Max, but I don't really watch any other television other than wrestling. So
That's true. By the way, did you know SummerSlam's this weekend?
yeah, dude, I am so now. Hear me out on this. Right? We saw what happened on SmackDown today or yesterday with Baron Corbin, right?
2 WWT3
Here's what I'm going to say about this.
CT.
I say,
What are you
I say,
I'm doing a
Shinsuke.
cheat code to stop this conversation.
I say Shinsuke Nakamura
Up,
wins
down,
the
down, left, right,
WWE
left, right. Yeah,
Championship.
start.
Actually, it's a copy
Alright.
of Lego Batman. So
He
if you want a
wins.
copy of Lego Batman,
And
Hey,
then,
I do.
well, you got to listen to this episode to get that code.
No, gosh. Send
and then, hey guys, you're blocking the sponsorship because they were sponsored by the WWE today. So yeah,
Subscribe to the
Shinsuke,
WWE Network.
Shinsuke,
It's only $9.99.
And guess what, guys? The Ultimate Thrill Ride SummerSlam is going to be is being on Sunday, so make sure to watch it. Anyway, yeah, Shinsuke wins it, and then later on, because Corbin had some beef with Shinsuke in the beginning, has a title match
And he wins it.
for the rematch, wins it. Shinsuke, and then AJ Styles will win the United States one, and then Shinsuke and AJ Styles have about for
AJ
Oh,
Styles,
for
is-
AJ to get both belts.
United
he's
States.
the one that married.
I want
CM
AJ
Punk,
Styles
right?
to get who?
I knew that'd stop you. I said it's AJ Styles. That's the one who married CM Punk, right?
No, that's AJ Lee.
She's real
But-
cute, and she likes Batman.
That's true.
She's very cute.
CM
I
Punk.
didn't notice
lives here.
as I was watching Raw and
They both
SmackDown.
live down the street from you,
On
don't they?
Wait, who does?
Mario.
Oh yeah,
They
So
live
they
on
both
the
live
comic
on the
store.
south side.
Yeah, they live
Yeah.
on the by the comic book store that I like.
It's not anything.
Yeah. They're cool.
there's a
Is
lot of
Punk
there's a
gonna-
lot of matches on Sunday.
There is a lot of matches. Is Punk gonna fight again? Supposedly.
Like
No.
UFC fight?
Didn't
UFC
CM Punk
fight.
try a UFC thing?
Yeah, he got his face caved in.
Yeah,
in
and then
like
he got
38
rocked.
seconds. Yeah,
I heard he was going to. There was like a rumor going around that he was going to.
I think he's going to, but I don't know if Dana White's gonna let him do it on UFC.
I think he's gonna interrupt the Mayweather McGregor fight.
That's this weekend, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Shoot, we got Mayweather McGregor. Or wait, no, is it this weekend?
It's
I say-
Mayweather McGregor's next weekend.
Next weekend.
I say
Oh.
Mayweather wins.
I say,
Yeah, Mayweather
Mayweather.
will win.
No,
Mayweather
McGregor
will win.
McGregor's gonna win. Come on.
No,
No.
dude. Mayweather's
Believe me,
gonna
I
win.
want
No way.
McGregor to win. Mayweather will win though because he's gonna have the endurance that McGregor doesn't, and he's gonna hit for points and just hug it out like he did with Pacquiao.
Oh, you guys hear that? Max is a sportsman now. Sports man.
I do watch UFC every month.
No way.
hmm
That's hot.
I do every month. Me and
How
like
come whenever Max
7
brings
other
up
friends
UFC
get together and go to sports bar.
about and he gets time to talk about it, but anytime I bring up WWE, which
Yeah.
is probably very very much the same exact thing, right?
We just gave Max a 20-minute platform to talk about how much he loves the UFC and Dana
I'm
White
not
and
talking
And
about
we
it for
can't-
20 minutes.
And we
Octagon.
can't even talk about the squared circle, all right? And just have a good
Don't know
time.
what that is.
Good conversation on the squared circle, all right? upset?
I love this show.
Can we go back to when Michael and I were on the same side about beans, please?
No, because the
No.
side we're gonna go to now is the end of the show side. That's it for episode 21 of the Model Citizen Show. We're gonna get out of here before we start dragging things out and making the podcast real bad. As I said at the beginning, you can find all of our other work on the interwebs at modelcitizensmedia.com. Make sure to go check out Millennial Gaming Speak, which Mario was on this past week, filling in for me while I was gone. Hey, so you can go find him there, and they have some good discussions about Sonic Mania and the new Batman season from Telltale, and a bunch of other good stuff on that one. Reeling in the Ears will be back next week. We're recording this right. This will go up on August 18th.
What year did we decide on doing? Didn't we decide on doing something in the 2000s?
No, I thought you wanted to go
Random
back
access
because
memory?
you
Oh, we
just-
wanted to go back. That's right.
We'll have to settle on one after this show. Regardless, next week, in theory, Reeling in the Years will be up August 21st, 2017. That's what we're aiming for. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. We'll keep you posted. And with those postings, you can follow us on Model Pods, at Model Pods on Twitter. I burped there in the middle of that in a weird way. Model Pods on Twitter. Follow us there. We'll keep you updated on all the shows, all the other good stuff we got going on. Max is at Max the White. Bad Twitter handle. Change the Twitter handle quick, Max.
You
should.
might want to do that.
You might want to do that.
I'm sorry, but you might want
Max,
to do that.
Lord of the Rings is not that good.
It's just a simple
Just-
Max the Gray. It's as simple as
There
that.
you go. Make it great. You're
Go down the
multicultural. You're all good.
Please go down the rank.
Michael's at Super Ruse, Super _Ruse. I'm sorry. Michael's also at Dual Shockers now, so check out all his writing and stuff over there.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty bad.
with me.
Yeah.
It's very bad. You're doing such a
awful.
good job, Michael.
That's
Wow.
what I heard.
So
I heard him doing horrible.
so many disappointments in you. Yeah, he's at Dual Shockers now, so you can check him out there and check out the podcast we do over there as well as Shotcast. I host that. Michael, I'm sure will be over there. So if you want to hear us talk about games even more, you can go follow all up our work over there. And then Mario is at that Mario Rivera on the
That's
Twitter.coms. I am at Moreman12. Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, all that good stuff. YouTube, you know where to find us at this point. Reviews help, as you know. Shares help. Likes help. All that good stuff. You don't not gonna shove that. down your
Remember,
throat.
this podcast is brought to you by the WWE.
It's true. SummerSlam this Sunday, the Ultimate Thrill Ride. Don't forget about it. Ultimate
Yeah.
Thrill Ride was WrestleMania's.
Yeah, but every pay-per-view is the ultimate
WWT3.
Shut up! I'm trying to close.
If there is one
Six
sponsorship I want, it's WWE
V6
Network.
M.
That would actually be
Get it.
really cool. We should
That'd
get
be
sponsored by WWE. Let's get bigger.
Yeah, let's get it.
And then modelcitizensmedia@gmail.com if you want to shoot us any emails, have anything you want us to talk about on this here dumb show, we will be sure to do it in the future, or maybe not if the suggestion sucks. So send us only your best. That's going to do it for this week. We got to watch SummerSlam. We got 4 days to prepare for that.
We'll break down SummerSlam for your next Model Citizen
We
show.
will. We'll make sure to talk about it then.
Bitch.
And Max and Mario can take a nap or something.
If
while we do that.
I watch it,
Dude,
yeah,
There's actually, I'll say this. There's a phenomenal main event that is going to happen this week. Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Brock Lesnar. That match is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
It's
I
on
might-
paper. You should watch that one.
Max.
No,
Do you want to go halvies on a WWE subscription and just watch it this weekend?
no.
You get a 30-day free trial.
That's true.
30 days.
I am not spending my weekend watching that.
Why not?
Only on one day. And says the guy who watched The Bachelorette this entire
Oh my God, you did?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Bachelorette guy's pretty good. Fake
The
reality show with
The
dating
the Bachelorette is pretty much
Oh,
the
wrestling.
WWE without the wrestling part. So
Yep, pretty much. And the promos and the
Well, because that's Bachelor in Paradise where they get drunk and touch each other and bad things.
That's what I watched tonight. There was a wedding.
that's
And then
ECW.
there was a possible rape.
That's the-
and then there was
we've stumbled across a very great comparison here. At the very, at
That
the
sounds
end
like
of the podcast.
WWE in the Attitude Era, so it's all good.
Is the Bachelorette Paul Heyman? Is that they have total control of each show?
He's the GM of the Bachelor.
Oh
in
my God,
Paradise.
that's so good.
This actually kind of works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the wrestling matches are just replaced with trashy sex, which they get to the Paul.
Which, like, in
Heyman
some
has
ways-
with everyone.
WB.com/redeem Lego Batman movie. So
Yeah,
if you
don't
actually
do
got
that.
the code. If you actually got the code, you got a movie.
There you go. You can scroll
Hey,
back through. And
I want the Batman movie.
You're gonna have to
Um,
listen to this episode.
You're
you
a
will
monster.
have to in this episode. That's it for this week. One last thing, wrestling related. Ric Flair, please do not die. I do
Yeah,
not
no.
want you to die,
No.
Ric Flair.
No, are you breaking this on me? Ric Flair dead, dying?
No. Have you not thought?
No,
Breaking news to Mario: Ric Flair is in very bad shape right now.
not
So
the Nature Boy.
That kind of sucks. If Ric Flair dies, we're definitely talking about wrestling next week.
Oh, absolutely.
Prepare your buttholes for that possibility, but I hope it doesn't happen. That is it for this episode, as I've said like 6 times now. We'll catch you back here next week. Have a good week. Bye bye.
Bye. 2 W W T 3 H C T 6 V
I already
6.
stopped recording.